You always do that.
No way. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. How you guys doing?
Hello.
Welcome to the live on tonight. We are so thankful that you decided to join us. You could have been anywhere, but you thought that sounds so churchy.
But they could have. You could have. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be on here with us, and so we're really we appreciate that. Thank you for joining us. I really get excited for Tuesday nights, Love Talks Tuesdays.
Yeah, man.
Because we get to spend it with y'all and with each
Yes,
other.
yes, and with each other. With each other.
With each other.
For those of you guys who are here so far, please go ahead and share the live and also let us know if you're able to hear us okay. Let us know if you are able to hear us okay. Just comment, just put yes, you sounds great. Good evening, Instagram. And as you guys are sharing, I will also be doing the same thing on my end and share, right? Because sharing is
caring.
Yes. Good evening, good evening, good evening. If you're watching us, let us know where you are watching us from. We would love to connect with you. We love this to be interactive.
Did you guys know that we're based in New York, though? There's some people, I don't know.
That's
Do we ever share where we're
I don't know. We don't want no stalkers. We don't want no stalkers. So
we're based in New York. So those of you who are watching from other states,
we appreciate you guys. Different time zones, et cetera, et cetera. We are so thankful for your presence. So we want to get it started, but we need your help to share the live to get some people on.
Yeah, this topic is really, really juicy.
We got another one for y'all. Let me
we're
just check the
flipping
audio.
the script, actually.
So
we're flipping the script tonight. For the past 2 weeks,
yes,
we were discussing what men wished women knew. And so tonight we're going to talk about what women wish men knew. I have the pleasure of leading the conversation tonight.
Yeah. I'm more like the colorful commentary.
Bro, I can't wait. I can't wait to get in them guts. I didn't mean it that way. I meant like I can't wait to let you know what we really feel, like what we really want, like what we really need. Hello.
Wow.
So I'm gonna need some support. I'm gonna need all my women to tap in tonight. If you are a lady and you are of a women's group chat, get them all on tonight because I need some support. All right. We are talking about what women wish that men knew.
I just feel like it's going to be a petty fest tonight.
Wow.
I feel like it's going to be a petty fest. That's just my honest opinion. Because you know why? Men are not as complicated as you guys, right? So you guys are like super complicated. And so let me turn this light on. Give me 1 second. Maybe this thing is so annoying.
I need y'all to come with an open heart to receive.
What's up, John? You don't agree with me? I feel like it's going to be petty.
I need y'all to come in with an open heart to receive what God wants you to learn. You hear me?
I'm saying.
Men, come and receive what God wants you to learn. Can I share this in my story or no?
I don't know. You might be able to. Say share video.
No.
Copy link. Let's put the link.
Okay. Yes. So okay, so should we go? Should we get started?
Well, let's do a little recap from last time.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. No, we're not petty.
She said she's not petty.
She meant to say women. That's what she meant to say.
She's not petty.
Please.
So doesn't mean I don't know. All right, guys. So last 2 weeks, we did it over the course of 2 weeks because 1 week I was by myself. I didn't have Bae with me because she was sick. But last week we spoke about what men wish women knew, right? And one of the things that we got stuck on the fact that we have different men are compartmentalized. We have different boxes in our brain that if you're trying to get our attention, we need to turn off one box in order to go into the other box, right? And one of the things that we also spoke about during that live was the fact that immediacy, Anne's new favorite word, Anne was trying
Don't do that,
to convey.
Because you went back and you watched it and you saw that I was not talking about immediacy.
She was trying to convey this idea of immediacy. What that means is, although we do agree that as people, we should not remain stagnant, right? We should always attempt to evolve, to grow, to get better. But in terms of the timeline for when that change happens, in terms of this trajectory, it is all relevant. It all depends on an individual. It also all depends on that particular relationship, right? So that's one thing that we got to. I don't know how we got there. I have an idea how we got there because of a particular person who wanted to go back and forth and be right, as always.
Because we also talked about there are certain people who feel like they don't need to change, or they don't have the tools to change.
The tools, right.
And I didn't agree with that. Like, everyone has tools. And if you don't have the tools, you go find the tools.
Right.
That's where intentionality comes in. And if you have no intentionality in a relationship, then why are you even in a relationship?
I don't know. Why am I in a relationship?
But that's not you. You have intentionality. But tonight we wanted to really talk about, okay, not really flip the script, but just get a different perspective, right?
Yeah.
Of what we feel like, or what women need men to know about them. First of all, we are made completely differently. Like, your makeup, my makeup, I think that should be a whole different live. I think that should be a whole different live in itself. Our makeup as a female, as a male, is completely different. And so the way we process things, the way we think about things, the way we respond to things, the way we communicate, everything is going to be different.
Agreed.
However, we have to find a happy medium when you're in a relationship, right? You have to find a formula that's going to work for you so that the relationship can grow.
Okay.
No matter what. I don't care if you're a bozo and I'm a princess. I have to understand the bozo-ness a little bit, and you just got to come into the princess. Like, we just got to find a way to come to a happy medium so that we can grow. Agreed?
Okay. I agree.
All right. Hey, Rose. All right, y'all. So we're going to just kind of delve in because I have a couple of things to share. Hopefully we can get through all of them. And then the women in the chat, I want you to kind of chime in as I'm sharing some of these things. And there may be some things that I may not share, or something that's in connection to what I just said. We'd love to hear your comments so that we can school these men on tonight.
I also need the men to step up and let them know about themselves. It's very important.
It's our turn.
I'm just saying.
I didn't overstep last week.
You did it? Oh, okay.
I just shared. All right. Number 1, what women wish men knew. Okay. We want you to lead.
Okay.
We want you to lead. There's a sense of security that we get when a man leads. There are certain things that we may have to take the lead on, but that doesn't mean that we want to.
But when you say you're leading in what context? Because you could be leading in different ways. You could be leading a house in spiritually, could be leading a house in terms of goal and vision. It could be leading a house in terms of, any what's what I'm looking for. It's very similar to goal and vision, so I don't want to sound redundant.
I say all of the above, honestly.
Okay.
I say all of the above. I think women were created to be, well, if you had a really good relationship with your dad, your father, where he, raised you and took care of you and provided and protected and all of that. And so, like, when he kind of transfers you over to your husband or your mate, it's almost like you lead me now. My dad did it. Now it's your turn to lead me and to lead this family. So there's a sense of, that's why I'm like, when I say leading, because like when you are leading, I feel secure. I feel safe. I feel like, okay, where we're going, how even with like going on vacation, like I literally don't ever know where we're going, right? I just know that I'm going to be okay because where he's taking us is somewhere that I know has been prepared. right? It's been surveyed. Like he's taking care of all the groundwork. So I know I'm good. Even like walking in the street, I feel secure if you're leading. Like, you know how when you hold our hand, there's a way that you hold my hand that shows that you're leading me.
I'm always on top, bro. I can't be on the bottom.
Okay. And then when you're on top, it shows that you're leading. So I think leading all around the way God intended, thank you, Joanne, the way God intended for you to lead is really what we want. It's really what we need, honestly. And I feel like a lot of women, they tend to lead not out of personal preference.
Okay.
More out of obligation.
Like they don't want to, but they feel like they need to.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't want to lead, but because there may be a need, like a gap that needs to be filled, they have no choice but to lead.
So let me ask you this. That sounds great, right? And the one thing that we try to make sure
sounds great.
And the one thing we try to make sure that we do on our platform is to not generalize. Is that the case for every woman where they want a man to lead? Is that the case for everybody, would you say?
You can never say it's for everybody, right? Because nothing is for everybody. However, the majority, yes. Women, if you are here tonight, I need you to chime in. Is that the case? Do you need a man to lead? Is that a desire of yours that you have a man that leads?
I mean, because it sounds great, and I think it's a dope thing. But the thing is, I don't know if that's necessarily the case for everybody, especially in the day and the age that we are living in, right? Where you have women who want to be in control, who want to have a say-so, but to a higher degree where it becomes contentious to what the man is bringing forth, for what the goal that the man might have for his family, the goal that the man might have for in that particular situation. It might counter to what the woman want. And some women don't necessarily want to subdue themselves to what the men want to do.
I think because they've been so trained, right? They've had to do it for so long. It becomes hard now to relinquish that control to someone else. You know what I'm saying? Especially like women who like maybe have been, thank you. Exactly, Joanne. Sometimes they feel like, you know, especially like women, let's say, who've been raised with like single moms or whatever, right? They've seen their mom do it for so long. It's like the only life they know. So they don't know that it can be somebody else's job.
Okay.
Because they've only seen it done one way. But there's a natural desire in women for the men to lead. There's just a natural desire for us to feel like we can let go and just follow. But of course, someone who knows what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, and that's why I feel like a lot of women are
resistant.
Why would you say resistant?
To the leadership.
Or they feel like they have to step up because they don't see the qualities of a leader. And that's where, and this is a message to men, that you have to be a leader. You are called to be a leader. So when you don't occupy that role, then it's like you're leaving it open for your woman to do. So
okay. So how can we lead and not make you guys feel subservient? Because that's a problem too. Even if you want us to lead, how does it come across to make sure, okay, you're telling me what to do, you're controlling what we're doing, this, that, and the third? Because that's also a part of that might cause contention. You want us to, but then what if it's not what you want to, the direction that you would want to go?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say I want you to be a boss. Right? Hey, Ruthleen, we didn't say we want you to be a boss. I want you to lead. I think there's a difference between being a leader and being a dictator.
Okay.
Right? It's not about dictatorship. It's about, okay, this is the plan that I have for us. This is where we're going. You know, and of course, even a good leader is a good listener as well. a good leader considers what their partner has to say. Like, you're a great leader. Like, you don't just say, this is what's happening. You ask me, like, what do you think about this? How do you feel about this? Right? Yes, Joanne, communication. Like, we communicate about whatever your plans are, or your, and we make a decision together, but you ultimately have the final say. But it's because you consider me. And a good leader, especially in a marriage, like if you love me, I know you're not here to lead me down a ditch. So there's a level of trust that I should have in knowing that you have the best interest for our family at heart. So, yeah.
Okay.
So, right, like, ladies, do we want a man that leads? Y'all just gonna have to talk more tonight, because he's thinking that I'm making this stuff up. I'm not. I'm not making it up. He needs to see that we are in this together, that this is something that we all desire, a man that leads, because it provides a sense of security. Okay.
I knew that.
You knew that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I hear it every single day.
Wait, what do you mean to an extent, Ruthleen?
All right, she'll comment, but
okay. So the next one, okay. Now, you know how, because you kind of talked about some men lead you off a cliff, and that's why I said you gotta know your man, and that's why we also said, because like some men, okay, I'm gonna say something.
Oh gosh.
Sometimes, when you want your man to do something or to operate in a role, and this is not their forte, you have to be willing for them to make mistakes, but still give them that grace to try again.
Of course, there's a but.
No, wait, no, there was nothing wrong with that. Almost like she said, some men will lead you off a cliff, right? If he leads you off a cliff, okay, get up, brush it up, and give him another chance to lead again. That's the only way that he's going to get the practice and eventually be able to walk in that role. So there has to be a level of grace extended to our men, especially when we want them to show up in spaces that they're lacking. We got to give them the room to grow.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Oh, he had nothing else to say.
Listen, I'll be listening. I'll be listening.
Okay, number 2. Let's go. Sometimes.
So we said define lead, but we came in a little bit late. But we were talking about the various contexts. Anderson, lead spiritually, lead in terms of vision, lead in terms of decision making. There's so many different components or contexts in which leadership takes place in a marriage or a relationship or a household, right? So, Anne was saying as you come in, women love love when the men take the lead in these areas. But there's also some notes as we're recapping, as Ruslan really well said, depends on the men in the context of some don't have the ability to be able to lead, right? So that's where we are right now.
I mean, and he said it sounds like a lot of responsibility, but that is your role. Like, and this is the thing, and I love that you said that. It sounds like a lot of responsibility. It is not up to you to do it alone.
Right.
If you are following God, if you are drawing your strength and your wisdom and all the tools that you need from God, He helps. He helps you carry the load. No, but then God places a help beside you, right? It's not for you to carry the load on your own. Like, I am here. We are here to help, but we need to know like what we're helping.
But I could get understand where he's coming from, because when you say we just want the men to do this, that's a lot. But I think it's not as strict of a formula as is coming across, right? Because there's certain things that we have to do and take the initiative to make it happen, and then we consult together. But there is a sense, there is a hierarchy established in terms of who's supposed to be doing what, right? But I think in terms of, and I don't know if you agree with me on that or not, and in terms of the percentage of initiation of coming up with direction, coming up with all of these things, that can be a lot on a man, especially if they're not in the right environment, a supportive environment, a helpful environment, right? It's just expectation. Then it can really become cumbersome and not as flowy as we hope that it's coming across.
I think when we go case by case, of course, things will change, right? There always is an exception because based on, specific situations, right? But overall, right, this is not necessarily for specific relationships. Like we're talking generally.
Yeah.
Because if we get specific, then nothing really pertains to anyone, right? Because it's always a case by case scenario. But overall, as far as leading, so let's say the like the head of the household, right? We follow your lead, like your lead for the vision for the house, the vision for our future. Of course, in our communication, we will discuss things together. We will talk about plans together. We'll talk about where we're going together. But to know that I have a man that is going to lead us there because he's following God, it's secure. It's safe. It brings a level of dependence. Like I can depend on you to take this family or our vision, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's how it was meant to be anyway.
Right.
And I think that's why the desire is there for women, because it was naturally ordained that way. And so I feel like if we start going into case by cases, this will be a conversation that can never end because there are just too many exceptions. And
as you guys are coming in, those who are just coming in now, we ask that you just go ahead and share the live with some people and put it on your post. It doesn't hurt to share. It doesn't take much to share, just 1 second, and then get some more people in on this conversation.
Yes.
Let's go.
Ladies, I need y'all in the comments to back me up. No, they're pretty supportive tonight. Yes, thank you so much. All right. The next thing is so what
women wish men knew.
Yeah. So, and this, I think we brought this up last week, right? Sometimes we just need you to listen. Okay. Sometimes when women need to complain about something, we don't need like a rebuttal. We don't need you to fix it. Sometimes we just need you to listen and just hear us out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand. I feel you. I get it. I'm sorry you're feeling that way. Like sometimes when there's well, why don't you do this? Or why don't you do that? Like, because men are naturally there to want to fix, right? To find a solution, to try to, sometimes we just need you to listen.
But I think it's important for you as women to establish those parameters during that conversation.
So say, okay, right now, I'm just going to vent. I just need to vent.
That's it.
I need you not to say anything like that.
Something like that. Because if you don't want in the moment, if you just want to vent, like, for example, the example that we gave last week, when the woman come, hey, this then turn about the boss, then my thing is going to be, okay, so let's help you find another job. Remember, I switched that up. So I don't want you to say quit, because then I want you to use that as ammunition to quit your job, right? But the fact that we are so solution focused, not to generalize, of course, then the next first step advice will be, let's find you another job. It's time to move on from here. Go do something else.
Okay,
altogether.
so I like that you brought that up. The happy medium. How you just need help. You need us to say, "Hey, I just need to talk. Like I don't need any advice. I just need your ears."
You gotta be direct.
Be direct. Okay.
You know?
Do we agree with that, ladies? That sometimes we just need them to listen. You know, it doesn't always have to be something that you found or something that you think. Just listen to me.
We listen and we don't judge.
We listen and we don't judge.
We are judging in our head though, but we just like
and we don't judge out loud.
I've practiced straight facedness, guys. Like in my head, I know like what, but I can't do this. That's what like, oh, okay. Yeah. So it's important for us as men for us to practice that. So we're not giving off any like, are you serious right now?
Seriously, because sometimes your facial expression be telling me everything I need to know.
This girl be saying that I call her dumb. I say no such thing.
Sometimes the way you look at me, or the way you look when I'm saying you'll do a face like I'm like, what? Am I saying something dumb? Am I saying something stupid that doesn't make sense? That's not okay. That's not okay. I know what I be saying. and I'm very particular with my words, and I take my time so that I can kind of filter what I'm saying in my head before it comes out of my mouth. So sometimes I'll pause as I'm speaking to make sure I'm speaking with clarity. So when you make those faces, I'm like, bro, what are you trying to say?
But don't you think it's like kind of like insane that a face, you be like, oh, you think I'm dumb? I was dumb. Bro, I just made a face. Maybe I smell something.
So you say my breath stink? You can't win. You just can't win with it. Anyway, so, okay, this next one, stop looking at my notes, bro. This next one, I need y'all to listen very clear, fellas. I need y'all to listen very, very clear. This is something that we need you to know.
Oh, Lord.
Affection is not just physical.
We know that.
Affection is not just physical. If I say that I want, like, if I say that I want some affection, that doesn't mean I want you to grab my butt, grab my boobs. That doesn't mean I want to have sex, even. It doesn't. Sometimes I just need you to be there. Sometimes I just need you to rub my back. Sometimes I just need you to.
Wait, but isn't your butt part of your back?
Sometimes I just need you to sit and talk to me. Sometimes I just need you to just be there. Your presence. Like, so I feel like men.
Why's your mother talking about you got that right, baby? You got that right, baby. So daddy used to grab your butt and then? Ew.
Oh God. Like non-physical intimacy is some of the most get me ready type of stuff. I was like lacking words to explain that. Like sometimes it's just a message. That's affection. Sometimes it's just you saying something or you just looking at me a certain way or a smile, like, or a little gesture. Bro, that's affection.
It's boring. I'm just saying.
It doesn't always have to be physical. It doesn't always have to be sexual, but it can lead to those things if it's done right and consistently. Can we get a description or the definition of the difference between intimacy and affection? How would I describe intimacy? Intimacy
for a woman.
For women.
For and then women. We probably have to give the men's definition.
Okay. So if I had to describe intimacy, it's the time spent with a person to gain a deeper understanding of that person and to really reach new depths, not just surface, right? Reaching new depths with that person because of time that has been spent.
Yeah.
So intimacy is more of a depth type of thing due to time, through time. Affection, however, is pretty much just a display of love, right? Like some type of display of love. That's my personal definition.
Yeah.
Intimacy is deeper. Intimacy is more more of a, it's more between people who are really like into each other. Affection can be shown no matter with anyone.
I like that. Yeah. So can you show true intimacy, non-sexual, to someone you're not really into? Okay. Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
by that?
you really can't. Well, it depends on what type of intimacy, right? Right. You can have an intimate relation, an intimate friendship, like with a bestie, or you can have an intimate relationship with your person.
Okay.
And so, like, I think there are different levels to it, of course. But intimacy establishes something that's rooted and something that's solid, something that's been cultivated for some time.
Right.
And I feel like intimacy is something that relationships need to grow. Without intimacy, like you're not learning. You're not learning about that person. You're not able to reach them on levels that nobody else can, right?
Yeah.
The intimacy that you develop with your person, no one else can tap into those spaces because you haven't been intimate with them.
I have to definitely agree with that, because I think I've heard the terms affection used in different types of relationships.
Yeah.
But I've never heard the terms of intimacy used in that context. Like, imagine me. I'm showing intimacy to my children.
Yeah.
I'm showing intimacy to a parent, right?
Yeah.
So there's a certain level of depth, as Anna was talking about, that come along with intimacy that develops over time, right? And also, I feel like the only other being that I've heard intimacy connected to is reaching our relationship with God, nothing else.
Right.
So it's always been God, right, and us, and us are partners, to be even more specifics. And I also feel like you could intimacy, as much as is deep, also is something that is built over time.
Yeah.
It's not something that is sudden. I feel like it's something that you definitely want to make sure you're working on to develop. I could be affectionate towards somebody, but for me to be intimate with somebody else, there has to be a closeness, a deepness, and as Joan is talking about, a personal connection for me to be able to be intimate with that particular person, right? And sometimes even I feel like even when in a sexual context, when you are going around smashing different people, or when smashing a girlfriend, having sex with that particular person, I think you're just smashing. To be quite honest with you, because especially if there's no depth there in that relationship, you can't say it's affection, it's intimacy. I know they try to use it as a verb, let's get intimate.
Yeah.
But even that, it's a process.
Because even intimacy is like a mentality, like it's a state of mind. It's a state of it's like a destination. It's like a place that you go, right, intentionally to kind of learn more, to discover more. And so when you just smashing, you just smashing, right?
Yeah.
But and then even with like sometimes we be like, okay, I don't want to have sex. I want to make love. I think that's a different level. That's even intimacy.
I like
right
to have
there.
sex though.
It's not the platform.
What does 50 say?
This is not the platform for that. But like,
I'm into having sex. I ain't into making love.
I don't know. I don't listen to him. I'm Christian. But like, it's like intimacy is intentional, right? It's this closeness, this depth, and many women value that, like, and it doesn't have to be affection. It's like when you show intimacy, it doesn't always encompass affection.
Right.
Because affection is more surface level.
Yeah.
All right. So that was number 3. Stop looking at my mouth, bro.
Sorry.
Okay. So now, you know how they say that women have more words than men? Now I know the first time I said sometimes you just need to listen. But there are other times we need you to say more. Sometimes I just need you to say more. Like, guys, oh my gosh.
Do you see the confusion?
No. And I'll tell you when I need you to not say anything. But then there are sometimes I'm like, okay, you have anything else to say about that? Like, literally before we got on live, I was sharing something that, with Irvin. I just smashed our microphone. I just shared something with Irvin, and I thought it was so dope. And I was like, this is what I was thinking. This is what I think we should do. And I gave like a whole dissertation. I came with facts. I came with receipts because I know that's how you are. You're very factual. You need to see the blueprint. And I got nothing.
Can I ask you a question? At that time, what box you think was open?
Nah, bro.
We're setting up for a live. We're still setting things up. It doesn't matter,
but we're sitting and we're waiting for time to pass. And so like we're having like just short conversations. I'm like, babe, this is what I thought. This is what
Well, you just said it doesn't matter. We had a whole conversation last week about the different boxes.
But how intentional were you being?
To set up the finish?
No. The setup was done, honey. We were sitting down and we were getting ready to going through our notes and making sure that we were ready for tonight. But how intentional were you in trying to just close that box real quick and open up whatever box I needed in that moment to get a response?
What box I need open?
But why does it always have to be about you? I came with the great news. I came with the like, hey.
I'm not talking about those kind of boxes.
Oh, Lord, Irvins, come on, babe. I'm being serious right now. I have a perfect example of this, y'all. Like, I was so excited. I'm like, babe, this would be so good. And this is what he said. That's great. 2 words? I just gave you a whole dissertation. It must have been like 1,026 words.
How many words do I have?
And you gave me 2?
Welcome to manhood.
Nah, bro. Sometimes we just need you to. I need 5,000 more from you a day. If you could just find 5,000 more, just to appease me, bro. Like, I cannot have 2-word responses.
Yeah. But listen, thank you. Babe, we have to do housekeeping. If you're just coming in, what we're talking about real quick, we're gonna get back to it.
What women wish, men knew.
So my wife wish. Well, she wished I knew that she want more words from me when she bring up a topic. Fair?
Yes.
All right. Anderson, I'm gonna need you to be on my side, fam. I'm gonna need you to be on my side.
He said, I might be with Ann on this one. I've learned my lesson on this. I think Ann was trying to initiate intimacy. We don't need to live the life for us, but the intimate moment with. It was. And I wanted him to really share in my joy.
Traitor.
Share in my passion, share in my like excitement. And he said, "Oh, that's great."
Do you know how many words was behind that sentence?
No, I don't.
As a man, I want you to know there are many more words.
Then just say them. That. Say them.
Yeah, I think honestly though, I think I'm seeing more ever since. I think I really want to study more this box thing and how to be better at it as men.
Oh, I love that you just said that, babe.
No, it's the truth because I don't think there was a term for it until I was preparing for the live. I feel like because I was just so focused on the live, even though the setup was done already. If you haven't been to our Instagram, shameless plug, there's a video. We have a video on our Instagram about the work, the work that goes in just to get this thing set up for you guys. And I think after I was done with it, a few minutes before the live, I was still focusing on the live. That box wasn't turned off yet. Right. And so I think it's very important. And Anderson, I'm glad you said that you've learned that lesson. I think maybe there have been time where you're not closing those boxes and transitioning over to whatever else is happening in the moment has gotten you in trouble. so you know better. You've grown, you've been reformed, you gave in, but it's an actual study. And I think the part I haven't studied yet, and maybe that might be another whole other video, is how to make sure, although we are compartmentalized on how our brains function, the boxes, how can we have multiple boxes open at the same time?
Or when you hear your wife say, babe, I have some great news. Okay, condition your mind to say, okay, I need to tap in.
Or you can condition your mind to just let me finish. It's balance.
But no, because when you have great news,
nobody
listen, if you have great news, you don't want to contain it. You just want to share it. Yeah. So if I don't get that, if I'm not matched with the same energy, it's like, were you listening?
Yeah.
Did it matter? Do you even love me? That's all I can think of. That's all I can think of.
And if I keep saying somebody when it comes to Instagram, guys, because it's hard to say some of the names, NCT. See, but we cannot read minds. If you don't say the words, we don't know them.
We don't know them.
So I don't know if you're referring to women or men.
You, honey, you. Because you said you know how many other words were behind the oh great. Okay. No, if there were more, I need to hear those more words.
I guess that's what she's also referring to.
Yeah, sometimes I need, all the time. I need to hear it. Okay. Say more about that. Right.
We'll try.
Don't want to sound like a therapist, but I need you to say more about that.
We'll try. Okay? We'll try.
All right. This next one, I resonated with it as well, but I feel like I don't have that issue here. Well, we need to feel like a priority. Okay. We need to know that we are your number one.
What does that look like?
What does that look like?
Like, for example, you can be a priority for me, and I know you're going to disagree, when it comes to me doing something for the family, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Sometimes I don't feel like a priority.
Oh, Lord.
When it comes to the family. I feel, and this is what I'm going to say. This is what I'm going to say. Because you're such a family man.
Which includes my wife.
Listen, you're such a family man that you consider us all before you consider me first. I'm with everybody. It's almost like this is me and these are our kids. We are on the same.
This is you. This is our family, which includes you. So you get double.
Do you see this? No.
Duality.
And I don't want to sound petty or selfish.
Too late.
I gotta sit up for this. I don't want to sound petty or selfish, but priority means this to me. And family or kids. I don't think Anne and kids should be on the same level because that doesn't show that's not priority, right? There should be like a hierarchy of your priority list, and I should be number one.
Wow, not God.
Well, after God, of course. So yes, I want to feel like a priority. I want to be first. I want to be first in everything in your whole life. Like,
wait, you're even a priority over me? To me?
I think you have to take care of yourself so you can take care of me.
Okay.
But
so you're like fourth then.
What are you saying?
God, myself.
No, but how can you put yourself on your priority list? No, you got to put others. You're here to serve, right?
I love myself.
So you serve me. It's God, me, and then everybody else. I'm over everyone. Like, it doesn't matter who. Like, I've earned that spot.
So let me ask you a question though. For a couple, whether it's conjointly or the men individually, they're building a kingdom or they're building an empire. Mm-hmm. What does that look like in that particular context? Because as you're building this thing, you're building a business, you're building whatever it is that you're trying to on a come up. What does that look like? Because sometimes in terms of the time that it takes, you know, just as we're building our brand, but not to the extent of, damn, because we still have 9 to 5, we still have things that we are doing. how does that work, or should there be a level of understanding from that spouse, from that partner, to show?
I'm sorry, no understanding.
Wow.
You just got to be like, you just have to be intentional, and you have to understand your partner's needs and desires.
Okay.
Like, if this is a need that I have, if this is a desire that I have, and I've shared that with you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we're building.
But entrepreneurship is a 9 to 5. It's not a 9 to 5 job though. Entrepreneurship.
That has nothing to do with anything.
Just saying.
I'm still
There's
number
only 24 hours in a day.
Then, so how many do I get?
Maybe 3.
That's our reality, guys. I don't even get 3. 3 is a luxury. Because you spend 2 of those hours napping.
I almost called you the N-word just now. I really just almost called you the N-word.
You want to describe our typical day?
Yes. Here's our day. Our day now is I go to work. She stays home, do what she got to do at home. She works at home. She's building things at home. I give her that. I come home at 5:15, 5:20. She tutors from 5:30 to 6:30. What do? I take that opportunity to go take my nap. Wait, why you expect me to sit at your feet like this as you're tutoring?
Okay. But then what happens at 6:30?
I wake up, I come down.
And then you go and watch your news.
Right.
You have to watch your news. So that's another half an hour away from you.
Well, you're still tutoring.
And then, no. I'm done at 6:30.
Okay. And at 7 o'clock, I'm all yours.
No, you're not.
What am I doing?
I don't know. You're either watching your show. Am I a priority over your shows?
You are such an end guy. Just the other day, you'd be like, "Oh, you're not going upstairs? You're not going upstairs on the days that you're not tutoring? I don't go take a nap."
Because I'm so used to you going.
Oh.
So it's a surprise. Like, oh my God, he stayed today.
You're an ingrate.
But he's working on that. No, I feel like you are, as far as me and the kids, I do believe that you, and I tell you that all the time. Like, babe, like sometimes I'll say, like, let's go out. He's like, we're bringing the kids. No, we're not bringing the kids. Right. No, they're not.
I love F them kids weekends. I love F them kids.
How often do we do F them kids weekends?
Like once every 3 months.
Okay, but everything doesn't have to involve the kids. I'm sorry. And I'm glad the kids are not listening to this, because it would sound like I don't like them. I love them.
Don't.
But you just want them to include them in everything. But then that doesn't make me a priority. So ladies, do you want to be a priority?
You agree with that one too?
I know I do.
Anderson, you agree with that? Anywho.
Okay. All right. Next thing. Okay.
You have more?
Yeah. Okay. I want you to understand. Okay. This is for those who are married. Okay. Women who are married. That the way we respond to sex is different than you. We love sex as well, but it's different. The way we respond to in the actual.
Go ahead, talk.
Okay, I was confused. The way, like, how do I say it? It's the way you. Sex is different for us. It's not the same. The way you release, the way you get ready for it. It's more of a preparation for us, and it takes time for us to get to a place where we can feel like we're both in this. I think it's more of an emotional thing, but for you guys, it's more of a physical thing. Is that safe to say?
Okay.
Do you agree with that? It's easy for you guys to just.
Stop talking.
Oh Lord Jesus!
I gotta get the audio going.
But what? Well, what's going on?
Don't matter. I'm playing it. Preparation. Look at all the preparation I was doing. You see that? Look at all the work. Look at that. She seems interested. Comes down. Give him my best flirt. A king flirt. King flirt status. Look at that. Where? Bon. By bel bagay. Gros bagay. Boom. You see that? Now she's gonna go put the baby down. 10 minutes. Come up in 10 minutes. I'm ready. My belly's ready. Boom. This was content. But also the story of my life.
It's not real life. This is what I want to say. It takes time for women to really get there. And it doesn't start at night. It starts a day before, that morning. There's more to it than just, men are very physical. Women are very emotional, right? Research shows, do you want to hear this? And these are for the married folk, okay? Research shows that men take an average of 2 minutes from first contact to have an orgasm.
Damn, bro.
Women, however, take an average of 17 minutes. So that's a total of 15 minutes in between that you got to work to make sure.
Yeah, I got to figure that out.
Like, and I think this is a whole different session, but not for love talks, more for like for married people, because you have to consider that, right? If you plan the day from the morning, getting me worked up and ready, it's easier. And that 15 minutes can be shaved based on whatever happens before. The pre-work. Y'all ladies are quiet up in here, but I know what I'm talking about. And I know I'm not the only one. It takes more work.
They're not trying to talk if they're single.
It takes more.
Exposing yourself.
It takes more work than just for me to see you, bro. For you, all you got to do is see me and you're ready. You know what I'm saying? But for women, it's not just a visual thing. Am I right, ladies, or am I right?
Oh, Lord.
Am I right or am I right?
They ain't trying to talk because they're single.
Listen, and this is for those of you who are the men who are in here who are not married yet, who don't know this information. Like, you really have to take care of your woman before the bedroom. Like, send her a sweet message. Bring her some of her favorites. In here. Thank you. Instagram. Bring her some of her favorites. Like, I love haichu. You bring me some haichu?
Why would I bring you something that could cost us thousands of dollars?
What are you saying?
Remember when we had to get your teeth fixed because of candy?
Whatever. Bring me something that I like. That means, I was on your mind today. I was on your mind. I like Snickers bars as well. Okay, if I can't eat it right now, bring me some crab legs. Like, bring something that I like. And that in me, oh, wow, he was really thinking about me.
Bring some crab legs is crazy.
He must want something. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it really prepares me mentally for what I know that I'm going to have to undertake.
Wow.
Because it's a mental state. It's a mental thing.
Not crab legs, though.
Yes, women. All right. Next thing. All right. Women, I don't know about y'all, but I know that I love compliments.
That's your love language. It's not for everybody.
And I think even if it's not a woman's love language, she likes compliments. Every woman likes to hear.
Believe it or not everybody do.
Be. Yes. And it doesn't have to be.
I've come across people, honey, they don't like compliments.
It doesn't have to
make them feel weird. Like my friend Vicky. Not to.
But no, but what are you saying? Like, I think I'm not talking about physical compliments only.
Okay.
I'm just talking about, babe, that food was great.
Okay.
Oh wow, that dress is nice, or anything that just kind of uplifts her. Every woman wants that. No person is gonna say, please don't compliment me.
In that context of those other things, not just the physical, you're right. But I don't think everybody necessarily like the physical compliment.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be physical. It could be something about something you noticed that we did that was cute. That's or that was
crazy,
dope.
Though.
What's kind of crazy?
The people who don't want to take physical compliment from their partners, from their significant other, that's some real trauma that needs to really be explored. Like, why can't I compliment you? That's weird though. But okay.
Yeah. So we like compliments, right? We want to hear that we smell good. We want to hear that our hair is pretty. We want to hear that you liked our food. Sometimes I'll sit and I'll watch you eat just to see if you're enjoying it. Because
what do I be looking like though?
Okay, it doesn't matter. But
what does that tell you?
I don't always hear, wow, babe, this is really good. Because like you never know if I'm insecure about how I cook. You know what I'm saying? You never know if I feel like, dang, I don't know if this is hitting right. But then if you don't say it, then I'm like,
you be batting 1,000, boo.
Okay, but I need to hear that all the time. I just told you. So that's enough for the rest of what?
I'm gonna play this part of the thing every time. Yeah.
Listen, men, compliment us, okay? We like to hear it.
Somebody says, what if the spouse is not in words of affirmation? I guess as it relates to compliment.
Right, and it doesn't have to be your love language. Everyone just likes to hear it. Like, if I come home with a fresh retie, I'd like to hear, oh, babe, your hair looks nice. I'll come home, my nails done, and the only person that notices is my baby, Bailey. Mommy,
you're baby?
Bailey, that's why I had to say her name. Mommy, your nails are so pretty. I love it. Why didn't your dad know this? Am I a priority?
Oh my God, over nails?
Do you love me?
Do you see this?
So like
over nails, ladies and gentlemen. Should I play the other video?
The other day, because this whole week I was looking like a bum in the house. Because I had like doogie braids in my hair.
No.
I had doogie braids in my hair. So I had somewhere to go on Saturday. I took my hair out, got this nice braid out. Mm-hmm. I did my makeup, got dressed. Mm-hmm. I came downstairs. I was like, oh, he gonna say I look cute. Mm. He did fix it when I left and sent a text message. But
what was I doing?
It doesn't matter.
What box was open?
It doesn't matter.
What box was open?
It doesn't matter. It's about noticing and making your person a priority. So it really comes with a lot of work. It's not easy. But when it happens, bro, when you compliment me, how do I act?
You give me butt.
Irvins, that's not what I wanted you to say. When you compliment me, Irvins, how do I act? I get very giddy. Or like he'll send me a text message and saying, I really appreciate what you do for our family. I'm like, because it's like, and I'm not knocking you, Irvins. I'm just saying if I heard it often, then it wouldn't be such a huge, like a big surprise effect or a surprise reaction. You know what I'm saying? So compliment me all the time. Oh my God. You guys are hearing it. When do I want to be complimented? When do women want to be complimented? All the time. All the time. Okay? You did not say that again. He just brought that comment back up. It's not a lot of responsibility. It's just considering me. It's noticing me. Okay. All right. I got 2 left. I have 2 left. All right. I only came with 10 today. Because there's more.
What is she? God?
There's more.
What is that? God is good all the time? Get out of here. Get out of here, Joelle.
Joelle's here.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
We want to be complimented all the time.
Get out of here.
Thank you. Okay, the next one.
Get out of here.
We solicit your help. Okay? In the responsibilities of like maintaining a house, maintaining a family, your help is necessary. So like in chores, in in just being a partner, like you are my partner. The other day I went and did the laundry and I didn't want to.
Who sorted the laundry?
Hold on, honey. Hold on. And I didn't want to stay at the laundromat to fold. So I just put everything in the bag and I was like, okay, I'll come home, put on a movie and just start folding. And so I come and I start folding.
Did you?
And I start folding. And I start folding and he sits there and he's watching me. And babe, I didn't tell you this, but in my mind, I was like, if he sits there the entire time and does not help me, I'm giving him the silent treatment. I already made up in my mind that that's what I was going to do because I didn't think that I should have to ask you to help me to fold our family's laundry because I don't wear it by myself. I washed your dirty drawers. So we...
Why you gotta talk about my drawers? Damn.
So we should do this together. And so as I'm folding, I'm getting a little more angry and anxious. He's taking some time. But then he finally gets up, grabs a bag, and starts folding. And you know what that did?
What?
That made my heart smile.
Well, was I just sitting there though?
At
we were
first,
communicating.
No.
We were talking.
No, because I wasn't talking to you. I was mad. I was getting madder and madder and madder as I was folding.
You see, I brought it on yourself. You could just say, "Hey, babe, come on, let's go. Let's do it together."
Yeah, but sometimes
who sorted the laundry?
Sometimes I just need you to know.
Who sorted the laundry? You
and your kids.
Me, primarily. They just brought their stuff in the room and I sorted it.
Anyway,
who put it in the bag.
Listen, babe, you passed the test. A little late, but you passed the test.
You could just
we are a partnership. We are a team. There is no I in team. So I don't do anything by myself. Just the same way you don't do anything by yourself.
Back to drop-off service we go.
If I'm doing hey, Pat, if I'm doing one, like if I'm doing the cooking, then you're doing the dishes, right? If we sleep in the same bed, if I'm taking the sheets off, we're putting new sheets on together. It's a partnership. So your help is solicited because it's a team effort. And I don't want to have to always ask.
And CT say we love when the men take initiative. Asking and volunteering to help are two different things.
Volunteering, right? I don't want to have to ask you. I just and honestly, that kind of that's not there. Where is that? Where is it? Okay, so this is the part that I want because I want you to want to do things. I want you to want to rub my hair. I want you to want to fold clothes with me. I want you to want. I want you. What are you doing?
Talking.
Like I want you to want this. If you don't want it, then it's like, do you even love me? I know that's extreme. I know saying that if you do, you love me is extreme. But there are just some things that I just want you to want to do. But then it's like, okay, even if you don't want to do it and you still do it, I'll accept that. I'll accept it. Although I want you to do it. If I don't get the desire, but I do get the action, I'm okay with that. Is that a deal?
Sure.
I think that was the last one because this last thing that I wrote is the same thing as something I said before. So yes, I want you. Oh God.
It's me. I just love that he's enjoying this as much as I am. The way he's carefully running the comb through each strand, so soothing. I feel like a queen. That's my king.
It's crazy that you think I'm actually enjoying this. I can't wait for this thing to be over. What is this? Pure torture.
This is such a beautiful bonding moment. Look, he is really taking his time and making sure he does it right. I could literally sit here forever.
Oh my God. This is so boring. What is this? My fingers are getting stuck in her hair. I just want this to be over with.
I really love this man so much. I'm so lucky. He's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
I wonder if this is going to get me some later. If it is, let's keep going. Moral of the story, just get it done. Get it done.
But can you find a place in you where you want to do that because you want to please me?
Yeah.
Everything's serious.
I love doing that. I can't wait for the next time.
Tonight?
I have a headache. I have a headache.
Okay, but that's all that I had. I know there's more. Ladies, y'all were a little quiet in the comments tonight. You weren't really sharing what you specifically need. You kind of let some of y'all were a little open, but
Nenen, go somewhere.
What she said?
Your mother says, fix your hair is the beginning before enter the bedroom. What? That's Ann's mom on Instagram, guys.
So to recap,
and she said, you're late. Daddy always makes the bed by himself because he loves to take a nap, like Irvin.
My dad was a good man.
And he loved to take naps, just like me.
All right, let me just recap for those of you who came in late. The top 10 things that women need or women wish men knew. Number 1, we want you to lead because it provides a sense of security for us. Number 2, sometimes we just need you to listen. You don't always have to fix our issues. Sometimes we just need to vent and we need a listening ear. Number 3, affection isn't always just physical. Okay? Just speaking to me or just sitting with me. Sometimes just sending me a message. That's affection. Number 4, communication is key. Sometimes we need you to talk a little bit more. If I ask you to say more about that, don't just say, that's great or I'm good. I want to hear more. Number 5. Oh, that's where it is. We don't want you to just do things. We want you to want to do things. I skipped the whole thing and brought it to the end. We want you to want to do things. You just want to fight. I want you to want to do the things that I ask you to do. Number 6, make me a priority. I want to feel like I am your priority above everything, above your job, above your children, above your God. Ministry. I didn't say God. Above everybody else, your mama and them. Ooh. I want to be number 1. Next one, I want you to understand that I enjoy sex too, but it just works a little differently for me. And you just got to help me get there. Okay. Next, I love compliments. Compliment me, compliment me, compliment me. How many times? When? All the time.
Good luck with that one.
Next, you are my partner in this. So I need your help. And I don't want to have to always ask you to help me. Okay. And I think that's it.
All right. Good night, bye.
So this was our chance to let them know. And there's more. I'm sure that there's more. But this is our chance to let them know that this is what we wish you knew about us. And now that you know, I think that's the part that's more important. Now that you know better, what do you ought to do?
Do better.
Period. When you know better, you do better. When you have a different set of information, now you can use that information to govern yourself accordingly. And so I'll keep you guys updated on whether he actually...
Oh, no, you're not.
That was our time, guys. We thank you so much.
Thank you guys for rocking with us, man. It's been 3 weeks of this topic. As we mentioned before, the past week it was about what men wish women knew, and today we reciprocated by having and speak on behalf of the women. But I think ultimately we can say it's very just important to know your partner and being willing to put in the work. And that goes for both sides,
and understanding your partner, understanding how they are, and their temperament and how they're made up, right? But then not just making excuses for how we are. Meeting somewhere in the
middle.
You're supposed to tell me with your hand. Meeting somewhere in the middle.
And being able to extend grace, right? That's what love and relationship is all about. We're always working to get better, and I hope that's the case for you guys in your respective relationships. All right. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We ask that you guys follow us on all platforms. The community is growing, guys, and we thank you for it. So if you're on Instagram, make sure you follow Love Talks with the Garcons, the page you're watching from right now. If you're on YouTube, same thing. Just subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you know when we go live and when we post new content. Same go with Facebook. Help us to continue to grow this community. Yeah. Invite your friends. Send the links to your friends, the replays, so they can benefit from it. So hopefully you guys had a great night with us. I will see you on the next one.
I am Ann Garcon.
I am Irvin's Garcon.
And we are Love Talks with the Garcon, where love speaks.
And we listen. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.